More people than ever are going keto, and it's hard to blame them considering the tremendous acclaim surrounding the ketogenic diet, which is associated with benefits like appetite and weight management, cognitive function and mental clarity, glycemic control, healthy aging, and more. But let's face it, for many people, sticking to keto can be quite a chore, ranging from downright hard to simply impractical. But what if you didn't have to be full-fledged keto to bear the fruit of the keto tree? What if you could be part-time keto and still reap great, if not greater rewards? It's not only possible, I contend that intermittent ketosis may be an even better approach for many people. Now, if you ask me, the effectiveness of keto comes down to its number one rule. Limit your carbs to 30 grams or less per day. Of course, it's more nuanced than this, but this rule is really what gives way to two things that are largely responsible for the lion's share of the benefits associated with keto. One, nutritional ketosis, and two, dietary displacement. What I mean by the latter is, by following the rule, your food options are severely limited, with the majority of junk foods taken off the menu. In other words, the rule essentially displaces most of the bad for you stuff and forces you to make better food choices. In the case of nutritional ketosis, a powerful metabolic state when the body is in full-fledged fat-burning mode, it may be the secret sauce behind the majority of keto benefits. The good news? You don't necessarily have to follow the rule, the low-carb rule, to reap the same benefits. In other words, you can tap into nutritional ketosis without being full-time keto, and let's face it, anyone can limit their consumption of junk food and make better food choices, at least intermittently. And the cool thing about intermittent ketosis is that it's not only more doable, it's also a gateway to several advantages that you don't have access to with full-time keto. I'm talking about things like metabolic flexibility, dietary flexibility, athletic performance, and not having to deal with the keto flu and its constellation of challenges. And the metabolic switching involved with intermittent ketosis may also help optimize resilience, brain function, insulin sensitivity, and more. So, how do you go about intermittent ketosis? Simple: intermittent fasting plus exercise. The keto diet was literally designed to mimic the physiological state of fasting. In other words, fasting was the original keto diet, giving way to elevated levels of ketones. Of course, you can only fast for so long. So intermittent fasting in its various forms, like alternate day fasting, periodic fasting, time-restricted feeding, are all acceptable options. The duration of the fast probably needs to be about 12 to 36 hours to get into ketosis. The other player in the equation is exercise, which I like to think of as a fasting accelerant because it accelerates the depletion of the body's stores of liver glycogen. When the liver is depleted of its stores of carbohydrates, it's a powerful signal to the body to ramp up the production of ketones and to flip that metabolic switch from relying on sugar to burning predominantly fat and ketones. Simply put, fasting plus exercise is a formidable combination if you want to be part-time keto and tap into the benefits of intermittent ketosis. Don't forget about the dietary displacement piece of the puzzle. In other words, eat real food and ditch the junk to get the biggest bang for your buck. Now, that doesn't mean you need to eat low carb though. In fact, to reap the greatest rewards, it's important to consume a non-restrictive, varied diet, including some carbs, which I find that most people will actually do best with in the evening at dinner time. At the end of the day, I tend to agree with Max Lugavere, who says that intermittent ketosis, an approach that also seems to make a lot of sense from an evolutionary standpoint, works better for most people, allowing you to achieve some of the benefits of nutritional ketosis while also allowing for greater metabolic and dietary flexibility. I hope that you found this helpful.